Hello everyone, how's it going? And I hope you're having a fantastic day today. It has been a hot minute since I've uploaded. Originally my break was only supposed to be about 2 weeks long at most, but things in my personal life just kept coming up one after another and I had to put YouTube to the side for a minute. But now I'm officially back, and I am more than excited to make fun of some absolute big-brained individuals on this wonderful website that is youtube.com. And speaking of big-brained individuals, the one we're going to be checking out here today is one by the name of Reforge Gaming. Now if you have no fucking clue who this guy is, I know ironic coming from my channel size, but that's besides the point. If you don't know who this guy is, I wouldn't blame you, as he gets barely any views compared to his channel size. I mean, I'm just being honest here. With his most recent videos, I can pull the amount of views that he gets, and that's fucking saying something. But in an attempt to keep this intro as short as possible, as this video is already going to be long enough, the video we're going to be checking out from Reforge Gaming himself is titled How to Save Halo. Now, coming from the title alone, the video really doesn't seem that bad, but oh my dear viewer, you are in for one hell of a surprise. Little bit of spoilers. This is a direct quote from the video. He tries saying that Halo Infinite plays too much like Halo. And no, that's not a fucking joke. But with expectations set, hopefully you have a drink, maybe even a snack. Go ahead and sit back, relax, and let's check out how Reforged Gaming would save Halo.
I believe that Doom can save Halo. Well, let me explain. What do I mean by save Halo? How could Doom be the game to bring Halo forward? I have a lot of thoughts on this.
And this is where the problems truly start, because you, my friend, are the perfect argument for why not every single person in this world deserves to have free thought. But I'm going to go ahead and skip his intro here, as it really doesn't add anything to the video itself.
So first, what went wrong with Halo? Now, rather than do an autopsy on Halo 5 or Halo Infinite, I want to address three big areas that I feel the game has fundamentally failed. And I may give specific examples, but what I'm not trying to do is do like a super critical video of like, here's how bad Halo is, right?
You know, maybe, just maybe the reason that you're not making a video criticizing Halo's quote-unquote faults is because you'd make yourself look even more fucking retarded than you already are, alright? I mean, you look like the average LA resident with that fucking hairstyle and those glasses. You look like one of your first activities in the morning is to go to fucking Starbucks, alright? You're really not setting the bar high already as it is, and if you were to make that kind of video criticizing Halo for its quote-unquote faults, I guarantee you anyone that would watch that video would contract some sort of severe brain damage with the amount of retardation you fucking spew out of your mouth.
So first, I want to talk about how I feel they stayed too true. And what I mean is, they stayed too true to what Halo was in the past.
See, I was not fucking kidding you when I said that he thinks that Halo plays too much like Halo. I mean, we're not even 3 minutes into the video and we're already starting off fucking strong.
Second, I want to talk about the evolution of the game was far too safe. Evolution is meant to be painful. It is meant to do risky things, right? It's meant to require some level of adaptation, and I think this is another aspect of evolution. There was just no adaptation. We'll talk about that in a moment. Third, I feel like they simply added to the game. They didn't grow the game.
Please explain to me what the difference is between growing and adding to the fucking game. When you grow your hair, do you not have more hair added on top of your fucking head? I mean, this is only the first of many fucking examples of this dude not comprehending the English language, but you know, that's about par for the course for pseudo-intellectuals like these.
So first, what do I mean by they stayed too true? Well, to put it quite simply, Halo is a dated game. The first Halo came out in 2001. That was 22 years ago.
Hold on just a minute there. You mean to tell me that a game that came out in 2001 is dated? Holy shit, dude, I could never have fucking guessed that. I think we have the next Sherlock fucking Holmes in our hands, bro. Let me guess, next thing you're gonna say is that grass is green and water's fucking wet.
And the speed and the movement and the feel of Halo, it still just feels too tied to the Halo games of old. If you compare Halo 1 PvP footage to Halo Infinite PvP footage, it's really, really hard to spot, like, significant differences.
You've got to be some special fucking form of retarded to not see any differences between Halo CE and Halo Infinite. I'm pretty sure fucking Helen Keller could see the differences between Halo CE and Halo Infinite, bro. It is like a fucking spotlight in your face with the amount of differences that are between those games. No, I'm not going to go into a laundry list of things that are different from Halo CE and Halo Infinite right now in the video, as I will be doing that later on. But if you can't see the differences just at a first glance, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're fucking brain dead.
Now, I'm not saying there aren't differences, right? Obviously, player movement speed and intensity of combat are increased, but at its core, it's not really that different.
Oh wait, you mean like how Doom 2016's core is not that different from Doom 1 or 2? Oh wait, no, that's okay though, cause it's fucking Doom. Now, I'm not saying this cause I hate Doom. In fact, Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 are some of my favorite games of all time. But at the same time, I'm not mentally deficient enough to make dumbass statements like that. And this is just the start of his over 15 minutes of just straight hypocrisy.
Like, if you're actually going to do side-by-side comparisons of Halo Combat Evolved and Halo Infinite, the speed of movement that you can use with mouse and keyboard, obviously if you play Halo on a PC back in the day, and just the rate at which you can cover ground, it has been increased. It really has. But, you know, the ability to do new things or different things just really isn't there.
Now, there's something I forgot to mention earlier in the video when he showed Halo gameplay before, but this is not his fucking gameplay. This is important, alright? This gameplay comes from a YouTube channel by the name of United G, and the way I found this out is because this dumbass, alright, he covered the watermark with his face cam, but what he didn't do was cover the fucking kill feed, and so he just straight up stole his gameplay, as United G is not credited at all anywhere through his title, description, or comments section, which just leads me to believe that you've never fucking played the video game when you say dumbass shit like that, as there are countless more ways to maneuver around the map in Halo Infinite than there were in Halo CE. I mean, you have thrusters, grapple hooks, repulsors, and all the quote-unquote advanced movement tech that you get along with the game when it comes to shit like sliding and sprinting. Honestly, tell me you have not played Halo Infinite without telling me you haven't played Halo Infinite.
Now, many are going to push back, and they're going to say, well, that's actually a good quality. That's actually something that is very good about Halo.
No one's gonna fucking say that, because what you just said isn't true in the slightest.
So, first, that's just the first point I want to make, is it's too tied to the past. Halo Infinite doesn't feel that different from the old Halo games, and I think that's really making it difficult for the game to garner any new audience members.
Yeah, because that's totally what the problem was. You know, the problem was totally that Halo played too much like Halo, and not the fact that it launched like shit, you know, with almost no fucking maps, and not even the ability to pick Slayer. I mean, the game had 250,000 players at launch. The only reason it wasn't able to keep a lot of those players was because, once again, the game had no fucking content. It wasn't because it was a classic arena shooter style game.
Secondly, I think that the evolution was too safe. It wasn't painful enough.
It's been 5 seconds and you're already wrong once again. I mean, if anything, the evolution for Halo was too drastic for the previous two entries. You know, Halo 5 and Halo 4, personally I think Halo 5 is the best Halo, but that's a hot take and I know the majority of people don't agree with that. But Halo 4 and 5 drastically changed, especially Halo 4, drastically changed how you play Halo as a whole. And there's a reason people generally regard Halo 4 as one of the worst Halo multiplayers. I swear, it's like he completely forgets about Halo 4 and 5 throughout this entire fucking video.
Having to adjust to slightly faster player movement is like adjusting to 75 miles an hour after doing 65 miles an hour, right? It's not that different. It doesn't require a lot from you when suddenly your vehicle increases by 5 or 10 miles an hour.
What a fucking way to disingenuously downplay the effects that Halo Infinite made when it comes to the sandbox. I mean, you're just downright fucking lying here. They didn't just simply increase the movement speed. As I already stated earlier, they added so much more shit to be able to move faster in this game. You're just straight up lying through your teeth at this point.
From a PvP perspective, I think this is actually problematic for a whole host of reasons. I mean, ground level, your veteran players are practically godlike from the very first day the game hits the market because your evolution is too safe. You've done such minor adjustments that has required such minor adaptation from your veteran players.
I shouldn't even have to justify that dog shit with a fucking response, dude. If the veteran players were guaranteed to dominate in Halo Infinite because of the movement, then why the fuck am I constantly getting top of the scoreboard in Halo Infinite when I only started playing Halo in Halo 5, which, oh, I know, big deal. I didn't start playing Halo 3. Get the fuck over it. But yeah, what you just said there is not valid whatsoever, especially because Halo Infinite came off of Halo 5.
Beyond PvP, I would say even the grappling hook is a very, very tame and minor adjustment or addition to the game. The game impact of a grappling hook is just not something that I would count as an evolutionary step for the game.
I am losing more and more brain cells as this video continues, and we're not even at the fucking 10-minute mark yet, dude. I mean, how the fuck are you gonna sit here and say the grapple hook is just a minor addition? That's like saying the grapple hook in Titanfall 2 is a minor addition. Like, what the fuck? I'm not even gonna sit here and try and explain to your dumb ass why that's wrong.
Now, the last area that I feel went wrong with Halo is that they simply added. They didn't really grow the game.
Like I said earlier, when you grow hair on your head, do you not have more hair added head on top of your fucking head. I swear a dog with Down syndrome has better critical thinking skills than your dumbass.
This makes the game feel somewhat static, almost like Halo just continues beneath the surface and you've added some trinkets and some toys along the way. Like an RPG that gets a few extra levels tacked on and a few new pieces of gear to try, it doesn't really feel like a new game.
Yeah, no, there's no fucking way you've played Halo Infinite multiplayer, bro. Like, with you saying dumbass shit like this, either you haven't played the older games or you have never played fucking Halo Infinite. I refuse to believe there's any other possibility.
Those are the three things I feel they kind of messed up. They stayed way too true, the evolution was way too safe, and I really feel like they did more adding to the game as opposed to growing.
Notice how he never mentioned any of the actual issues that were going on with Halo Infinite. You know, shit like networking issues, or the lack of content, the inability to pick what mode you wanted to fucking play. It's just a little bit weird how you never mentioned any of the real fucking issues that were going on with Halo Infinite at launch. Almost like you never fucking played the game.
So, let's talk about Doom, okay? What did Doom do right? What did they get right that we could learn from and apply to Halo?
And now we move on to his complete misunderstanding of the entire Doom franchise. God, I can't fucking wait. I am just jumping with fucking excitement.
Now again, in a similar way, I don't want to get deep into the specifics. I want to talk about 3 ways that Doom got the evolution of the franchise right, okay? First, it was tethered and not tied to the past game.
Listen, Reforged, alright, I get I've been a little bit harsh on you in this video, but did you even stop to look at the fucking definitions of the words you were spouting out of your mouth? I mean, tethered literally has the word tied to it in the fucking definition of it. The 2 words mean the same fucking thing, you knuckle-dragging retard. But let's hear his dumbass fucking explanation as to how tethered and tied don't mean the same thing.
This distinction will be huge in contrasting how Doom and Halo have stepped into modern gaming. The modern gaming landscape has been stepped into quite differently by these titles, and I believe that Doom is tethered to the past and not tied to it. I'll explain why I'm saying that in a moment. Second, it retained its identity.
So did Halo. What the fuck is your point here? Both games retain their identity. So how is that a win for Doom and not for Halo? Your logic is fucking mind-boggling.
Now, the third thing they did is they evolved what mattered. There are certain facets of gameplay that simply must evolve with time. If not, they will automatically feel dated, and I don't think Halo did any of these things, okay? So first, what do I mean by it's tethered and not tied to the past? Well, I want you to picture the difference between when you do a 3-legged race with someone and your ankles are tied together, and when a dog is on a leash in your yard. It sort of tethers him to an area, but he still has a lot of freedom to move around. When you're tied to somebody, you can't really move very far or do much different than the person that you're tied to.
There is so much wrong with that explanation of your logic there. Never mind the fact that tethered and tied mean the same fucking thing, alright? If you're tied to someone in a 3-legged race, you can go wherever the fuck you want, as long as the other person goes with you. If you're tied to a fucking pole, you can't go any further than the rope allows you. If anything, you have more fucking freedom being tied to a person than a fucking inanimate object. Somehow, as we get further into this video, you make yourself sound more and more fucking retarded than you did last time.
And that's what Halo Infinite is. It's a hamstrung game. It largely mimics too much of the old games, and it can't really stand on its own. What distinctive things can you say about Halo Infinite that aren't really going to see it tied significantly to the past?
Alright, I'm gonna have a bit of a nerd moment here, but I really don't fucking care, because this guy's pissing me off, alright? How about the Ravager? How about the Skewer? How about the Cinder Shot? Or the Shock Rifle? Or the Disruptor Pistol? Also the Mangler? The Commando? The Bulldog Shotgun? Need I go fucking on? And that's just the weapons. It doesn't include the movement and the equipment that was added along with it, like the fucking grapple hook that we've seen nothing like in any Halo game before. Once again, there's no way imaginable you can have played the original Halo games and Halo Infinite and still believe this shit.
Doom is clearly tethered to the old games. Like, that's undeniable. You can sense it in the movement, the enemies, even the visceral nature of the game.
But when Halo does it, it's bad because it's not Doom, it's Halo. I'm understanding your logic now. As long as Halo does it, it's bad. As long as Doom does it, it's good. God, this video is a fucking joke.
Halo feels constrained by the past. It doesn't feel like it's honoring it. It feels like it's sort of stuck. Second, Doom retained its identity.
First of all, those 2 points are completely unrelated from one another. And secondly, you say that as if Halo didn't retain its identity. Like, what the fuck is the point of even bringing that up?
Now, this is obviously extremely hard given how much the game has changed to do. Retaining identity is more than just making a game look the same. It has to still feel the same. It should feel the way that Doom should feel. But the clearly thing I think they did is they almost remastered what Doom 1 or Doom 2 would feel like, and they elevated it, everything you could do. They elevated all of the things at your disposal.
So you mean exactly what Halo Infinite did? Oh my god, that's fucking crazy, dude. Mind fucking blown. Everything you say Doom did right, Halo also fucking did. How did you not see this when making this video? Like, seriously.
This is where I believe Halo has just too much baggage. If you go back to Halo 1 and you go back to Halo 2, imagine what a remastered, crazy, next-gen version of those games would be like.
How are you going to sit here and say that Halo has too much baggage and they're staying too true to the original games, and then say make a remastered version, of which there are already remasters of, the first and second game? Did you graduate fucking preschool?
Right? What should Master Chief be able to do now?
I'm fucking done. How? I don't understand. What the fuck do you mean, dude? Did you just completely miss the fact that in Halo 5's campaign, alright, Spartans can do completely different shit than they were able to do in the previous games. And on top of that, Halo Infinite gives you so much more equipment to use than the previous games. Like, have you never fucking played a Halo game in your entire life? Like, seriously, what are you saying at this point?
Remember, you gotta keep him tethered, but not tied. And the trick here is, I feel like with Doom, they primarily went back to the first 2 games, seemingly ignoring a lot of what happened in between. Doom 64, Doom 3... There's clearly some carryover with some of the models and the enemy design.
Dude, the entire art style and atmospheric design of Doom 2016 is based off of Doom 3. Once again, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about. You're just fucking spitballing shit at this point.
But those feel largely ignored. It feels very much tethered to Doom 1 and 2. Like, hey, what would those games look like today with all that we can do? Again, you're not tethered. I'm sorry, you're not tied, you're tethered.
His logic is so confusing that he's even fucking himself up here. You fucking love to see it, dude.
They evolved what mattered, okay? And this relates to evolution needing to be painful.
Evolution needs to be painful, yet I couldn't find, well, aside from the odd fucking retard, I couldn't find anyone that thought Doom 2016's evolution was quote-unquote painful from the original games. If anything, 2016 made it a point to stay as true as possible to the first 2 original games.
You have to be willing to just get rid of things, okay? Slow movements, familiar weapons, clunky weapons, weapons that don't feel all that strong. You gotta toss them or change them.
And they didn't do any of that in Doom 2016. Doom 1993 and Doom 2 both had extremely fast movement. All the weapons that are from those 2 games are in Doom 2016, plus 2 more, and almost all the enemies, if anything actually, I'm pretty sure all the enemies from those 2 games are in Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 in some form or fashion.
Imagine Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal with marginally different weapons than Doom 2.
That is exactly what they fucking did. Are we even playing the same game at this point? Like, did you get some special unreleased copy of Doom 2016 that no one else got?
Halo weapons don't feel inspired by the past. They feel like they are from the past.
And that right there proves that you've never played the original Halo games. The sidekick doesn't feel like any Halo pistol. The shotgun from Halo Infinite doesn't feel like any Halo shotgun. The commando doesn't exist in any way, shape, or form in the older Halo games. Same thing with the skewer. Same thing with the cinder shot. Also the Ravager. I can keep going on and on about this shit. Point being, you're wrong in more ways than I'm willing to list in this video.
Because basically, I think there are 4 major areas that could be evolved in Halo, okay? Ironically enough, the first Halo was Halo Combat Evolved.
Wow, you can read a fucking title on a video game. Congratulations. A whole round of applause for your dumbass.
And that's exactly what needs to happen. The combat needs to evolve. I want to talk about 4 areas specifically: the weapons, the movement, the enemies, and yes, Master Chief. So first, the weapons. This is an area where Halo actually has a lot in its corner, okay? If anything, I think the Mangler in Halo Infinite proves that as soon as they make something new and better, it becomes the best and the most preferred.
I mean, the Mangler, first of all, isn't the best, and if it's just new weapons become instantly the best, tell that to the Disruptor Pistol or the fucking Ravager, bro. I feel like most people would refuse to pick those guns up in any match of Halo.
And that's a problem when the weapon pool is so easily lopsided.
It's not lopsided. What the fuck are you? You don't know jack shit about weapon pool balancing, do you? Because Halo Infinite has one of the most balanced weapon pools out of any Halo game. Almost every single weapon, with the exception of like maybe 2, are viable.
But what is in Halo's corner is how iconic and faithful the weapons have been.
And yet, you're gonna sit here and suggest that they do not stay faithful. The fucking irony.
That gives you a great canvas to work with. And that's the picture I want to use. Each weapon, as it exists, should just merely be a canvas, a starting point. Just how crazy can you make the AR? That classic AR with the blue ammo readout and its angular, sort of triangle-like shape.
You can't do that to the AR. Not in a game like Halo. The AR is the starting weapon in Halo. If you make the AR busted in Halo Infinite, no one's gonna pick anything else up. They wouldn't have a fucking reason to. You don't understand jack shit when it comes to weapon balancing. So why the fuck are you even attempting to make dumbass recommendations like this?
Even some of the more bombastic weapons like the Ravager or the Cinder Shot or the Skewer, they all just feel too safe.
I don't even understand what the fuck you're getting at here. Those 3 weapons never existed in a Halo game beforehand in any way, shape, or form. Especially a weapon like the fucking Cinder Shot, where you can control where the projectile goes. Oh, but my apologies, I didn't realize it's too fucking safe because Halo did it.
And this is where the next big step in evolution is needed. Because if you're going to change the weapons, if you're going to make the weapons kind of crazy, you're going to have to adjust movement. Doom gave us, I think, in 2016 and in Doom Eternal, they gave us just enough speed, agility, and movement volition that the entire landscape of combat opened up. It allowed you to get really creative with how you navigated the spaces that they created.
Doom Eternal, I will give you, they did innovate on the movement possibilities within Doom. But Doom 2016, compared to the older Doom games, you want to know what changed? You could look up and down, and you could jump. Those aren't innovations, dude. That's just simply an advancement in technology, because the older Doom games are made in the fucking early 90s.
This is where I have to restate that evolution is painful.
No, you're just wrong. Evolution wasn't painful whatsoever for Doom 2016 or for Doom Eternal.
Yes, you would potentially lose core audience members if suddenly movement and the weapons were dramatically evolved and ratcheted up. I'm not saying you have to make Halo into Doom. Do what Doom did. I'm not saying you have to make Halo into Doom. Do what Doom did.
Need I say any more?
Take all those great weapons that you have and bring them forward.
2 things here, alright? They did do that for Halo Infinite, alright? Secondly, weren't you bitching earlier over the fact that the weapons felt too similar to the ones from the past? Make it make sense, bro. At least try to.
Like, a truly new and transformative Halo would usher in a new era, and it would also usher in new players.
If that was the case, then why didn't it fucking work with Halo 4 or 5? Yeah, sure, they sold well for what they were, but they did not bring a new era to Halo, at least not a good one. And especially in the case of Halo 4, they changed almost everything about Halo. So again, if all 343 needed to do was completely change Halo, why are Halo 4 and 5 not the best-selling games in the series?
So movement would have to evolve right along with the weapons. I need to be able to dodge or dash or make agile decisions if the weapons are crazier and if the weapons are stronger.
I honestly don't know how much more I can take of this fucking video, bro. The more and more this thing goes on, I just want to fucking start a shotgun.
Lastly, Master Chief. Master Chief has to change, guys. Make him a cyborg, make him a mech, or, I don't know, honor Master Chief and make him a hybrid, half-person, half-cyborg, like 100 years in the future. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm fucking speechless, bro. Nah, we're not doing this anymore. We're cutting it fucking here, dude. I can only take so much fucking brain cancer before I want to shoot myself. You know, I guess the moral of the story is just like Reforge Gaming said. Halo Infinite is bad because it plays too much like Halo, but Doom, Doom's good because it plays like Doom. The dude says so much shit, but like so little at the same time. It's a fucking talent this guy has, I swear. But with that being said, we are indeed at the end of this video. I was gonna make the outro a bit longer, but I'm tired as fuck. It's like 6:30 in the morning for me, but it's a Friday night. I really don't have shit to do. So thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video, especially a long ass one like this. And if you liked it, leave a like, and if you disliked it, leave a dislike. And if you want to see more of this kind of content in the future, maybe you can go and subscribe. But at the end of the day, all that shit is optional. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you may be watching this, and hopefully I'll see y'all next time. Later.